Hey, this is Jason. This is round 2 of Milwaukee Packout versus Toughbuilt. And, you know, I have a lot of Packout, and I've watched all these. I did an earlier video on the unboxing of the Toughbuilt and putting together the four-wheeled cart, this thing. And, you know, it's obvious Milwaukee is the benchmark for all of them. And the question is, has Toughbuilt done enough to unseat Packout as the champion? And, you know, there's going to be some people, regardless of the features and the things offered by Toughbuilt, they're not going to give up their Packout. They're too invested. And brand loyalty is a big thing, and I'm a big Milwaukee guy, but I like Snap-on too, and I like innovation. I like when people listen, when companies listen to people, and they try to answer the wants and needs of customers. And has Toughbuilt done enough to unseat the champ? I don't know. Let's take a dive in. You know, first off, we have the color differences. Obviously, Milwaukee's proud of the red. I think people actually prefer black. And you know what? Let's. I want to do a little magic here. Let's. Okay, that's better. I think that's a better way to compare these, so we don't let color be the deciding factor here. The black Packout is from Europe. Apparently stems from some type of copyright infringement where I think it's Hilti has the red toolbox or the red tool or something like that, and Milwaukee, instead of wanting to fight that, they succumbed, and their toolboxes in Europe and some places are black, and that has actually driven a fierce secondary market in the U.S. People love this stuff. They love the black stuff. You have to pay a lot to have it shipped over here from the UK or Germany or wherever, and they all want the red. A lot of people here want the black, so that old saying is the grass is always greener on the other side. It's kind of to fruition, but I'm a fan of black toolboxes. As you can see, my first major toolbox purchase was the Snap-on, and of course these two are it's a different ball game. This is mobile storage. As far as sedentary shop storage, nothing will eclipse Snap-on and the competitors that use it as a benchmark. But that's not what we're here. We're here to talk about the plastic, lightweight, portable, roll it around to where you're working boxes. And right now I think these are the two that really have a claim. Good morning, honey. How are you? It's okay. My lovely co-host came out in the shop for a minute, see what I'm doing. I'm out here wasting some time. We've got a bunch of snow in the roads. We can't go anywhere, so what better to do than review these two boxes? So what do I think? You know, I think they're both really good. I think there are things I like about each one. There are things that I was shocked when I actually pulled out the tape, and a lot of people like to go by the tail of the tape. Just a few things. You know, Milwaukee has the foot brake, and when I first saw it, I thought it was silly, but when breaking the boxes down, that comes in handy to really give you some leverage to separate the boxes from the locking mechanism. Toughbuilt does not have that. And the Toughbuilt, here's the Milwaukee locking mechanism, this bar. And the only time you would really have this out is during transport, or to keep people out, you can actually physically lock your box. As far as built-in lock mechanism, Toughbuilt doesn't have one, so that's a plus for the Milwaukee over the Toughbuilt. But as far as the locking mechanism goes, I see very few people actually with that out unless they're in transport or trying to keep somebody out of their box, keep an honest thief out. You know, this is taller, slightly taller. The workspace appears bigger, but the Milwaukee maintains the level of the work surface on the corners. So even though it appears, this appears bigger, it's probably not. I like how the worktop is flush and it becomes part of the box instead of being some adapter. Now the Milwaukee does have some tie-down straps, which could come in handy if you were possibly tying something down to the top to work on, or transporting it. These really do not line up with the dolly holes, but you could still, you know, obviously put some kind of cord down. You know, Packout, the locking mechanism is solid as far as not coming off, but they do wiggle, they do wobble. There's nothing here. You know, if you were truly trying to torque something down and work on it, that could cause a slip, right? I don't know. But the Milwaukee Packout, some of them go flush and don't move, some of them do. It just is luck of the draw. The one thing that I will say is that these are a huge improvement over these. I don't know what Milwaukee was thinking. These are, they bend, they can't take a serious lick. This is, and I think these are aluminum. This is metal. I mean, you know, these can be replaced if you damage them. So can these. This is a little bit more difficult process. We have a star bit right here that just comes off, but this is a little bit more involved. And so I think the foot brake, actually, I didn't think I would use it, but I did. But I do when I'm switching out the boxes. This doesn't have one. And maybe it's because the wheels are new, but when you go to shut these, and there is an actual locking mechanism right here, a spring-loaded locking mechanism, which looks like you can access it if something were to go wrong with it, or clean it, or have to put a new spring in, or whatever. That locking mechanism takes some beef, and if you watch, it still didn't lock. So there's where I think the foot brake would have come in handy. You actually have to put some weight down on it to be able to push that in. Milwaukee, no locking mechanism except the bar. So, you know, the inconvenience of the bar coming up is probably is about the same as the inconvenience of having to actually put your hand on it and push that in. This is taller, looks more robust. The tail of the tape. Let's see what we have here. Not even really use these. These are for show and tell. The black ones are going to be incorporated into a new space I'm preparing. Let's see, the tail of the tape. The Milwaukee looks like it is roughly 16.5 wide, and the Toughbuilt is maybe right at 15. That's shocking. So even though they have this exterior corner bar, which I think creates a lot of wasted space, the Milwaukee is wider, so a longer tool can fit long ways this way if you want to put them in that way, if that slight difference came into effect. I wish Milwaukee would have came up with a more robust, better solution. And, you know, as far as creating these corner things that basically are just grab handles, because they've never really came out with a lot of accessories to utilize this corner piece. It seems to be the secondary market, and Toughbuilt has already released a lot of the things that's going to be coming in to be able to utilize this accessory rail. And this is much more well thought out. I don't know if Milwaukee had ever intended to produce things on here. There's really nowhere for things to grab hold. Tension is the only thing, unless you had a tension screw that went in, but then you're marring this up, and this just wasn't really well thought out. But Milwaukee was the first one to really take this mobile storage to the next level. If I was starting out, maybe the distance, this being a little wider, makes a difference. This being flush is really nice. The fact that this is solid and goes together. Milwaukee did go ahead and put a few anchor points down, pre-drilled, but I would assume that this can be done as well. There's one screw in the middle, and if it comes out, I think this slides out, so you could modify that as you saw fit or needed to. But it's nice that the Milwaukee already has the anchor points. Hi, honey. Already has the anchor points built in, so it's a tough call. If I went in and these two were unbranded, which one would you pick? I mean, honestly, there are things I like about both of them. I like that you don't have an extra step to lock the drawers in. These go together. The handle here is just a grab point. It has no locking feature. There is a slight tension. There's a slight tension on the Milwaukee, but it's not. It could come out a lot easier than these. The metal bar coming up, I do like that on the Milwaukee you can lock them. Maybe Toughbuilt has a locking solution. I don't see one right off the bat. It's probably going to be something, a cable that they offer that comes up and goes around it somehow. I don't know, but Milwaukee did think about the lock feature, the foot brake, but they really blew it on this. These are a weak point. These are really useless. And I like these. And the on the boxes that open from the top, Toughbuilt, they all have a partial metal frame that goes across the top, and I think they're probably a little more robust built than the Milwaukee. As far as how the boxes go together, Milwaukee always has a latch release, and you pull forward. And it's proven. It's proven in the if it's bad weather outside and you've got thick gloves on, or you're in a rush and the boxes are heavy. There's no you hear it snap. It's gone together, and there's some comfort in that. These boxes, the locking mechanism is spring-loaded, so to unlock, It's that simple. And to lock it back, you have to lift it up and put it back on. But so this will come up real easy. Now it's locked back in. It's a cool system. How will it deal over time? I'm sure that they have an R&D department that has rigorously tested these, but until these have a few years out on the market, time will tell. But I feel like Toughbuilt has put their research in and if they've put enough research in as to what people want, they're going to put it together. And all of their products, any of their products that I have purchased, even when I didn't realize what a forward-thinking, consumer-based company that they are, I've been pleased with any of their products that I've bought, and they've been as good or better than any of the products from the major, well-established people. And it's a toss-up. Do you want to match your tools, or do you want something that is promising you greater convenience, with a lot more accessories and options that are actually made by Toughbuilt and not some 3D printer person out there that you don't know the quality of. Some of the 3D stuff I get is great. Some of it is not great. I'm not a 3D printer guy, so I don't know. I guess it's the quality of the machine they're using, the quality of the products they're using, and the quality of the design. If Milwaukee makes it or Toughbuilt makes it, it's going to be built for use and designed for use and great quality control. So it's nice that Toughbuilt has gone ahead and started creating accessories and things that are built for the tradesmen and all the different areas that they're going into. It's not just going to be tradesmen, but it's going to be they're going to reach out to a lot of different subsets of people and design things regardless of what your work or hobby or need is. Toughbuilt has a group of people that's sitting around trying to figure out how to make your life better. And Milwaukee, they're slow to try to catch up to the game. They don't rush into anything, but their products are always reliable. They're one of the best in the business, known for reliability, durability, and standing behind their product. Toughbuilt, I've talked to some of their top guys, and they're a great company. Their employees that work for them are very enthusiastic about their jobs and where Toughbuilt is going. So, and they're based in America. It's an American company. So even though manufacturing is hit or miss with Milwaukee where it's at, Toughbuilt is an American company, and I do like to support American companies. Sorry, Milwaukee, you are not an American company. You have a lot of Americans working for you, but you sold out to the Chinese, and that's just part of it in this world. Though I still love all my Milwaukee stuff. These two are obviously the top two boxes right now, and our portable box making company. Which one do you want? It's just a matter of preference, really. If they didn't have any brands on them and I went into a store, it would be a close call. I really like the flushness of the boxes, how it all goes together. I wish it had a better locking system as far as to prevent theft or to prevent the drawers coming out. I think the locking mechanism in here seems pretty solid. It's solid enough that it takes a serious amount of force to truly lock these boxes. I thought that was not necessary, but after dealing with these boxes for a couple of years now, I don't even think about it. I use it when I'm disassembling or assembling the boxes, and it does come in handy. I like the locking mechanism. The table, even though this appears bigger, the wood portion is bigger. The Milwaukee comes out flush, while these strap holes are not flush. You still could set something down and have points here and here and here and here that are easily as big as this. The Milwaukee top doesn't lock down solid. If you're doing fine work or using this for a cut, you're less likely to have a cutting error on that than you would this, because of the where it's not solidly locked. I like them both. I don't know. I like the accessory rail. I like the things that Toughbuilt's coming out with. I think that probably gives Toughbuilt the nod right now. It'll be interesting to see if Milwaukee accepts the challenge that Toughbuilt has laid out to really offer a full line of accessories that are backed by Toughbuilt, that are actually made by designed by the company for this box. And Milwaukee has been forced to, on their rolling toolbox, to succumb to the pressure of their design team missed it. The rolling toolboxes will not fit under most standard tonneau covers on a truck, and they've had to go back and redesign the handle because all the other companies have made it where the handle comes off. Milwaukee has probably done a little bit better. Their new design, which who knows when they're coming out with it. Everybody is excited to see that, but instead of having to come off, they've redesigned it to be low profile so it will fit under a tonneau cover. And but for my camping purposes and my camping gear, I have switched to Toughbuilt, and all the products that I've bought so far have been super high quality and have exceeded capacity, and the crates exceed the capacity of the Milwaukee crates. They're flush on the top, and they have the accessory rail. I don't know that we can call this an accessory rail, even though all the aftermarket people, that's what they're using it for. But this has its limitations. It bends. It's not strong. It's not as strong as the steel. So there's a few points to this that I like. There's a few points to this that I like. But if I was starting out from scratch, I would probably give up the ½ inch of distance this way for the possibilities that this offers as far as the accessories, the tables, the dollies. I do wish this had the brake, especially since it takes some force to engage the locking mechanism on this right here. I'm not going to probably not going to change my garage setup. I'm too heavily invested in the Packout. But if I was starting from scratch, it would, I don't know. It would be tough. But I think from here forward, until Milwaukee shows me that they're going to listen to consumers, listen to what we want, things that people are begging for. They've already come out with the drawer rolling box. That's the weak point of all these systems, was that the bottom box you couldn't access without taking everything off. And Toughbuilt they've shown it. It's not for sale yet, but they have the bottom rolling box that has the wheels built on it. They have a drawer box designed. Be interested to see if Milwaukee comes out with one, because that'll be a big reason why people go with Toughbuilt, because it makes the bottom box accessible without having to waste time and pull them all off. This is round 2. Who do I give the win to? I wish I had this dolly on this. If this dolly was on this with the foot brake, I think Toughbuilt wins easily. I think if Milwaukee had a true accessory rail instead of a bendable aluminum grab handle, I think Milwaukee would win. I wish Milwaukee had a better way to ensure that the locking mechanism was solid and didn't move. The trade-off to that is the ease at which in in a pinch or rough weather or in a hurry, an emergency situation, these things go together and come apart without ease. You don't have to worry about dirt, grime. I'm sure that's part of taking all that into consideration. But I'm really leaning this way. I love my Packout. It got me into all this. This is what got me started. This is what got me started down this addiction to adult Legos. And I love it, and I use it. I use it camping. I use it around my farm. When I have, one of my kids breaks down somewhere, I can put my Milwaukee boxes together, and I know they're going to work. Love my Milwaukee. This has caused me, I bought it. Here it is. It's here. So they did enough. They've done enough. None of the other manufacturers had done enough to cause me to want to bring a box home. But Toughbuilt has. And the things that they're promising and the things that they're showing make me think that this is going to be the way to go. We'll see how Milwaukee responds. If they respond at all, they may say, we've done enough. We've done what we intended to do, and that's to give tradesmen and enthusiasts a way to transport their tools and gear from point A to point B, and we feel like we've done enough. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Time will tell. They did fold and do the handle redesign, and they did have to do a redesign on a weak point on the casters. That was a plastic switch to lock the caster wheels. They did have to go back and redo that. But interestingly enough, this is taller. The drawers are wider on the Milwaukee, but I really like the top on the Toughbuilt, and we'll see where it goes. This is round 2. It's a close neck and neck. There were features that I wish that each had from the other, and but again, I think the nod has to go to them because of what they're showing that they're offering the consumer, and the things that we want and need, and that has driven a secondary market that Milwaukee is failing to address. But still love them both. I'm gonna sit here and play with them for a while, see what fits in, what doesn't, and tell me what you think.